Folks, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been a while since I put up any new content. Just wanted to give you a new rig rundown on my Tama Silver Star kit. This is a 2-up 2-down Silver Star custom kit in antique brown burst. And this is going to be used for the harder rock band that I play in, just for going out. I've got a couple of practice kits for that. One of them, the Tama Swing Star over there, and then I've got a Mapex Original Saturn, which is maple and walnut. This is not my first Silver Star and certainly not my first Tama kit. My first Tama kit was a Rock Star like a lot of people had. Later on in Chicago, I had an Art Star 2 kit that I really didn't even get to play, this white one here. Later, I got my first Star Classic. It's a Performer. 8, 10, 12, and 14 hanging toms with a 20-inch bass drum. Great kit. And then my next Star Classic was also a Performer, so it's a Birch thing going on with these newer Tamas, and I love Birch. Second Star Classic is where I started dropping the toms by moving the bass drum to the left, put the center hi-hat in there. So one of my experimentations along the way. Now my first Silver Star kit was a Metro Jam with a 16-inch bass drum, a little 4-piece. Then I found a jazz kit that matched, put those two together, and I got this. Then I found a matching 8-inch tom, and that blue sparkle is just a classic look. I love that 18-inch bass drum. What a great drum. And played that for a while. Sold that one. Later on got a red sparkle version, basically the same thing. And also had a 22-inch bass drum for that. I later put the same blue kit together and played that very, very briefly. So I keep going back to Tama. Now I've got multiple brands, different kits for different bands and situations. So it's nice to have my pick of the litter. Let's take a look at this one a little bit closer. So as I've done before, I put the bass drum over to the right. I'm not a double bass player, so I don't need to have two pedals on that drum. So I like having the bass drum isolated like that so it's not ringing the toms every time I kick it, and also to eliminate the gap that normally goes there. So I've got these toms, you know, that 14 inches actually forward of my snare drum, and don't really have to turn too much to hit the 16, but I've got everything down fairly low like I normally do, ergonomically. I've got the tambourine under the hi-hat here, and I've got the two splashes in front, two crashes, China crash, ride, and cowbell. So here's a bass drum from the other side, and I've taken off the mount, and I've got a rubber grommet in there. I'm going to actually wire an XLR into there. Right now I've got a Kelly Shoe Flats mount just waiting for an adapter. I'll show you the microphone I got for inside of it. We'll be putting a custom graphic on here for the band, and then cutting a porthole for the secondary mic on this. But let me show you how I've got this pedal. It's a Pearl double pedal, and again, I don't play double bass, so I'm just using a traditional righty double pedal. Of course, only needing the one beater, I don't even need to use that pedal, so I could probably take that off. But that's how I've got it set up, and then what would normally be the slave is my main pedal, and it works just fine. Just with the floor tom pulled out. So yeah, I've got just enough room. I'm sitting back so my shin does not hit the 14-inch floor tom, but I have a lot of that pedal underneath there. And it's a short throw. I don't have it extended very far, and in fact, that's the only angle in the pedal. It's just a gentle angle right there, and that just goes straight. I've got that bass drum pulled back a little bit, so yeah, works just fine for me. It's a little squeaky. I gotta oil that, but works great. Feels like a normal pedal to me. And again, having that bass drum isolated makes a world of difference in the toms not ringing and I just really like it. Plus, the toms not being over the bass drum, they get to ring out by themselves and they're not affected by that big shell, which would normally be under them, or in the case of the floor toms, next to them. But I really like playing it this way. The rest of the hardware, I pretty much got new hardware for this kit. Didn't pay a whole lot for the drums themselves, so I figured I might as well get some new hardware. So I got a Tama hi-hat stand, a Iron Cobra 200, just a simple kind of medium weight stand, which I really like. It's really smooth and it's lightweight. I got two of these stands. These are Gibraltar three-way stands. It's kind of hard to see. There's a lot going on, but here's the top of it right here. And you've got the two wing nuts. So two of these arms, kind of like you can spin those to any direction you want. I just have them both straight out. But then you can put regular cymbal arms, like I've got one each of these. Then I've got these little Tama fast clamps to hold the splashes onto the Gibraltar arms. So it's a lot going on. There's a lot you can put on there with the toms on the front. It's actually the Tama holder that would normally go in the bass drum. For the two toms, I've got that plugged right into the frontmost hole on this three-way adapter. But solid stand. I'll show you the other one too. We're on the way over to the other side. Here's a very lightweight Gibraltar boom stand holding up this. It's only a 20-inch ride. It's got some weight to it, but I do have it under the leg, and so far so good. I'll take a light stand if it does the job, and seems to be holding up pretty well. So here's that second stand. Again, these arms, you know, all you have to do is just loosen that, and you can move those back and forth. If you loosen it enough, move those back and forth as you like. And I like them up here. And then in the front, I've got a single tom holder holding the cowbell. And that's a ball mount. So again, two cymbals here and a cowbell, and then two toms, four cymbals on that one. Here's my SKB golf bag case. This is the one with the bump out on it, so you got a little bit of extra room, but all of the stands for this kit will fit in this case. And heavy duty. If you know SKB cases, you know how this thing's made, and it's sturdy. It's got a handle on the side, handle on the top, smooth rollerblade wheels on the bottom, and this thing's pretty solid. So that's what I'm using to haul the gear in my van, and goes right in, comes right out. Just got to watch your toes. Now I've got this mended cymbal on here for the hard rock stuff. I'm riding on this thing a lot. It's a 16-inch A custom, and I developed a crack from a flea bite that was on the edge when I bought this. And first time doing that, I think I did a pretty good job. That's very smooth and doesn't sound too bad still, but I stopped that one. Had to take a good piece of real estate out of the cymbal, but still sounds good, still works. Otherwise, I've got a 14-inch Fast Crash A Custom here. 17-inch Fast Crash A Custom there. 16-inch China Trash. 20-inch A Custom Medium Ride. Got the Sabian Holy China, the 10-inch, and then 9-inch Zildjian Trash Splash. And A Custom Master Sound 15-inch hi-hats. Right now I've got some Emperors on top and clear Emperors or clear Ambassadors on the bottom of all of these. I might put some coated heads on there. I'm going to try on the bottom first and see how that sounds, but I'm always changing heads, as you know. But this one is an Aquarian reverse dot. I really like those. Now this is the Tama 5-inch snare. I'm going to be getting a Yamaha Maple 5.5-inch to match one of my other kits, but I'll probably be using it on this one. But I got a new head for this one I'm going to be trying out too. But yeah, this is everything within reach here. Hi-hats right there. It mics up pretty well too. And I'm going to be doing a couple of covers on this. once I get a little bit more settled in. But otherwise, that's what I'm playing now. My performance kit with our harder rock band. As soon as we get some videos of that, it might be a month or two, but I'll let you know how this thing sounds, either with a drum cover or with the live. Because of the reflection, it's hard to see, but I've got a Kelly Shoe Flats mount in there. If you look at those cords running from these corners, you can kind of see it in there, but there it is. It's a plate that fits the Shure Beta 91A, which I used to use. Now, I did not own that mic when I bought this this plate, this suspension mount. So, but I kept the mount. So I got a different mic. Let me show you that. So this is the Beyerdynamic TG-D71 condenser mic for the bass drum. This can be used for pianos, for rooms, all kinds of stuff. Great mic. Excellent low end, and it's not that big. I mean, that's it. That's what it is right there. So it doesn't fit on the plate in my bass drum. So they're working on an adapter mount. I'm going to get I purchased a prototype, so should be able to just clip that thing right in there and snap it in, and it'll do the job. But that's what I'm going to be recording with this, as well as my Sennheiser E902. I'll be popping that in the hole as well, so we'll have both of those on that big bass drum. So we'll hear from this soon. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you like the content, please click like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and share if you think anybody else might like the content here. But thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you soon.